If you are a plaintiff or a defendant in a lawsuit in Massachusetts, whether it's in Superior Court or District Court, then you need to understand what a default judgment is. So the plaintiff will file his complaint and he'll receive a summons from the court, which he needs to serve on the defendant. So the sheriff will serve the summons either by leaving it at the defendant's residence or giving it to the defendant in hand. The defendant will have 20 days to file an answer to the complaint. And if the defendant does not file an answer, then what the plaintiff will do is ask for a default judgment. So the default, first the clerk will need to default the defendant, and then the plaintiff will ask for a default judgment from the court itself. So the plaintiff will have to go before a judge, give a justification for the amount that the plaintiff is asking for, and if it's reasonable, and if the summons was served properly, then the court should issue the judgment in the plaintiff's favor. All right, so if you're a plaintiff, you file a lawsuit, and the defendant doesn't respond, you want a default judgment. If you are a defendant, you need to realize that if you do not answer a complaint or a summons for a lawsuit, then in 20 days, the plaintiff will default you and you will lose automatically. Right? And at that point, the plaintiff can start putting liens on your property and file for payment hearings against you, or even a capias for your arrest if you don't make appearances after the judgment.